Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. I hope everybody slept well. I think I'm nervous. I woke up, I had like a crazy dream about an earthquake, and I am filming something new today, a new series that will live on Facebook, and I'm nervous, I think. And listen, at the end of the day, if you guys don't love it, it's not the end of the world. I just won't, I won't do it. But I think you will. But I think I'm nervous. Anyway, so yesterday, Michael and I went to therapy, and I learned something. When you have that moment where you're like, oh, why didn't we do this sooner? So Michael and I communicate very well together in that I say how I'm feeling and he listens. And that's pretty much the extent of our communication. He's not a big talker. So it's hard to, I was taught conversation was like back and forth, right? Michael is more of a listener. And it gets frustrating when you're trying to talk to somebody and they don't really say anything back. I'll talk for 10 minutes and I'll be like, do you understand? He'll be like, yes. Do you know how unfulfilling that is? So anyway, in therapy yesterday, our therapist was talking to us about our love languages. I know a lot of you probably are familiar with the 5 love languages. Michael's love language is acts of service. Mine is verbal affirmations, which is why I'm constantly telling you, I love you today. I love you, which is why I'm commenting back to you like, thank you so much for being here with me. I love you so much. I love you today. Blah, 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 because I am a verbal affirmation. And so when we were talking in therapy, the therapist was like, Jamie, tell me a little bit about your mother. My mother was the type of woman with extreme highs and lows. She loved us with every fiber of her being, and we knew it. Like, there was no, I don't know, she was constantly like, I love you, I can't get enough of you, my chickens, I need all my chickadees, everybody in the nest. Like, she never wanted us to leave. She was constantly kissing us and hugging us. I'm going to be 40, and my mother would still kiss me on the mouth if I let her. That's real. My mother was a mouth kisser. I am a mouth kisser. I kiss all my babies on the mouth. Olivia's sort of like at the point now where she's like, okay, yeah. And I'm trying to respect it. But my mother was smothering with love, verbal, physical, nonstop. And I feel that I probably speak the same language. Michael's mom, my mother-in-law, was also an acts of service. That was her love language. What does that mean? It means that they think they are affirming love by doing things for the relationship. Meaning, when I travel out of town for work and Michael steps in and he's like, go knock them dead, and I got the kids, go. He thinks that is affirming us. And I think more of like the Chris Rock mentality. You don't get a reward. You don't get an award for taking care of your kids. They're your kids. I didn't realize that Michael saw that contribution as an affirmation between a husband and a wife. I thought that was who he was as a father, right? We were not speaking the same language at all. So he was going through his part of the marriage thinking, I got this. Look at all these affirmations. I'm fixing the deck. I'm taking care of the kids. I'm vacuuming her car. I'm fixing the mailbox. And I'm thinking, when are you going to stop piddling around the house and come like bump uglies with your wife? Right? So we were talking all this out, and you could see the wheels turning in Michael's mind. And he's like, so what you're telling me is she needs to hear me say that I love her. So even though I say I love her in October and like in July, nothing has changed for me. She needs to hear it between October and July. And I'm looking at Michael like this. It literally, he didn't get it. He was like, wait, so I have to tell her more than once a year? Like, she needs to really, and I was like, is this for real? This is who I married. Okay. And he looked at me and he's like, why isn't, like, I come home every day. I'm with you all and the kids all the time. How does that not show you that I love you? And I'm like, again, you're supposed to come home every night. You're supposed to be here with me and the kids. That does not affirm to me, that does not mean that you love me. Like, we couldn't get on the same page. And please, don't pick apart Michael and I, okay? We're in therapy for a reason. We'll get it sorted out. Like, I know that there's going to be people like, Jamie, he's doing the best he can. I know. We're both doing the best we can, okay? We're all doing the best we can. We are a work in progress. I'm sharing this experience with you because it was so eye-opening for both of us to realize that he believed he was doing, that he was speaking love to me all this time. And I don't speak that language. It would literally be as if Michael spoke Greek and I spoke Russian. It was like we just are not speaking the same. And so I'm constantly telling Michael, I love you. I love you. You look so cute today. Grabbing his tush and like kissing his face. He needs none of that. None of that makes him feel more loved. None of that makes him feel more secure. Like, all of my physical and verbal affirmations are just things that are happening to him, which is why you guys always go, Michael looks so uncomfortable. Probably because he is. Not because he doesn't love me, but because he doesn't speak love the way I do. So we had a great session yesterday and we really figured out, like, okay, we have to learn to speak each other's language. At least now we have a plan. So last night, I sent him a text message and I said, you know, thank you so much for being so great with my work aspirations and watching the kids and whatever. And he wrote back, I see what you're doing here. You're trying to speak my love language. And I was like, I'm trying. And he was like, well, I love you. And I think you're really hot. And I was like, okay, this is going to take a while. But we'll get there. And so why do I share this with you? Because it doesn't mean that Michael and I can't work. It doesn't mean we're not working right now. It just means that we are a work in progress. And we've got to get it figured out. I'm not comfortable with acts of service as affirmations, and he's not comfortable with verbal, you know, love affirmations. But we will figure it out, or at least recognize when the other person is speaking love, that that is what they're doing. So when I see Michael's contribution, I won't see it as just like, yeah, you're supposed to come home after work. Like, you're supposed to be with your kids. It'll be more of like, this is the way he shows me that he loves us and he loves me. And I'll be able to recognize it and at least appreciate it instead of feeling slighted. And hopefully he will grow to appreciate me constantly hugging and kissing and loving all over him. I don't know that he'll ever get used to it, but he may find slight appreciation in it. Anyway, I value marriage. I value mine. I want people to succeed. I want us to succeed. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. What love language do you speak? Are you guys having a problem communicating? I'd love to hear it. Comment below so I can read it. Okay, I love you so much today. It's hump day. We're halfway there, people. Have a great day.